Hello students, welcome to Legacy IAS Academy. In today's video, we are going to discuss about mitochondrial donation treatment, also in short called as MDT. What is MDT? What is the concern about the three parents baby that is related to this particular treatment? And also we are going to discuss in detail what is mitochondria at all. So first of all, to give you the context of this particular issue, recently in the United Kingdom, there has been an announcement that was made that a baby was born using 3% DNA. DNA stands for deoxyribose nucleic acid, and that has caused quite the stir because there has been a lot of ethical as well as psychological concerns that has evoked due to this news. The baby who was born basically has three parents technically because the mitochondria has been derived from a donor who are not the parents of this baby or biological parents of this baby from the genetic material and genetic material has been derived from the biological parents. This has been made possible by a pioneering technology. It has used to facilitate this in order to prevent the child from inheriting a disease that is called as mitochondrial disease, which is basically inherited from the mother to the child. Now, what is mitochondria? So mitochondria is basically what we can say, it is considered as a powerhouse of a cell. It has several functions. For example, it performs the function of cellular respiration. It generates ATP by breaking down sugars, fats, and other fuels. And in the presence of oxygen, it also is able to break down larger molecules into smaller molecules and thus generate energy by the mechanism which we generally refer as catabolism. It also generates energy in the presence of oxygen by what we call as aerobic respiration. And that is why mitochondria are basically referred as powerhouses of the cells because they are able to generate the energy and thus are responsible for the proper cell functions in the human body. However, there can be certain defects that might occur in the mitochondria. Thus, they can impact on the way mitochondria produces energy for the cells. Especially, these defects are more clearly visible in energy-hungry tissues of the body, such as brain, nerves, muscles, kidneys, heart, and liver, and thus overall cell functions of these vital organs are impacted that can cause severe complications as the children grows. The diseases that arises out of such mitochondrial defects, which basically are result of genetic mutation, are generally referred collectively as mitochondrial disease. Now, mitochondrial disease is not a single disease, but it can have wider implications. It can have wider symptoms such as deafness, cardiomyopathy, diabetes, renal diseases, anemia, neuropathy. Basically, all the organs where the mitochondria is not able to function properly are affected, and specific diseases related to that particular organs can be witnessed in the humans. So, when the mitochondria are impaired, basically they are not able to produce sufficient energy that affects how the organ function, leading to broad assortment of symptoms across the body, including brain damage, organ failure, as well as muscle wastage. The symptoms get more and more debilitating as a child grows and have no cure but can be treated. Basically, mitochondrial diseases do not have cure as of now. However, it can be treated, and some estimates put the incidence of mitochondrial disease as 1 in 5,000 people. So it is not very frequently occurring disease, rather it is example of rare diseases. So what is mitochondrial disease treatment? How this treatment is done? Now, as we have discussed before in this video, that mitochondrial diseases are kind of what you can say is genetic disease which can be only transferred from the mother to the child. So in this regard, advanced in vitro fertilization technique is used so that this disease is not able to be inherited or is not able to be transferred from the mother to the child. And for this, the baby's biological father's sperm is used to fertilize the eggs from the biological mother who has mitochondrial diseases, and then a third female donor is selected, and this female donor is able to donate clear mitochondria or healthy mitochondria separately. Then the nuclear genetic material from the donor's egg is removed and replaced with the genetic material from the biological parents. Basically, what is happening? You have two eggs, one from the biological mother and one from the donor. So what basically happens is the nuclear genetic material from the donor's egg is removed in the later stages, and all the genetic material are being transferred from the biological mother to the donor's egg. And this donor egg has a healthy mitochondria. Once this is achieved, the final product, the egg which we are getting, has the genetic material from the parents and the mitochondria from the female donor. Then finally it is implanted and carried to full term to yield a baby who will be free from the mother's mitochondrial disease. And it is precisely to this region we are calling this baby or baby, any baby that is born in this particular method is three parents baby, because we have two biological parents, father and mother, and one female donor. The process is termed as mitochondrial donation treatment. So if you look at a brief background or his brief history of mitochondrial disease treatment, it was first of all pioneered by a UK agency, UK organization that is called as Newcastle Fertility Center. Once the successful operation and successful treatment by this method was done, then gradually UK government allowed this treatment to be carried out in 2015. That means it was made legal. However, it is not unconditional. UK government has said that approval of such treatment will be granted on a case by case basis by an organization of UK that is called as Human Fertilization and Embryology Authority, or HFEA. Till now, if we talk about since 2015, since the approval has been granted, total 30 cases has been approved by the UK government, or more precisely by the Agency of United Kingdom. However, there are certain issues and concerns with the procedure as well. What is the concern? So first of all, as we know that here we are transplanting the genetic material from the biological mother to the donor egg, sometimes it is possible that a small amount of maternal mitochondria with errors may get passed during the procedure. So while largely helpful, the procedure is not without these minimal risks that obviously is associated with any surgical procedure. And as for the process, the use terms such as reversion or reversal, and it is inexplicable. It cannot be avoided as of now. And since this kind of treatment has happened in a very small number of people, the sample size for the doctors, for the medical professionals is quite a small. And thus many doctors agree that to have a firm conclusion about the treatment and the risk associated with it, the concern associated with it, more published data is needed to establish a proper consensus. If we try to look at the statistics about MDT, globally about 1 in 5,000 people have genetic mitochondrial diseases. Mitochondrial disorders affect approximately, since we are talking about UK where this technology or where this treatment has been pioneered, 1 in 6,500 babies are basically affected by mitochondrial disorders, and across the world we have 12,000 people living with such conditions in the United Kingdom. Not only that, even in the recent study that has been published from the United States, an estimated 1,000 to 4,000 babies with mitochondrial diseases are born each year. And in this context, we can understand the importance of this mitochondrial disease treatment, because if it remains successful in generating good results without any severe concern, then at least 1,000 to 4,000 children which are being born with diseases that can obviously be avoided, keeping aside the ethical concerns and the psychological concerns about that. So that is all about this particular video. I hope you understood about the mitochondria and the mitochondrial disease treatment. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your aspirants, as well as subscribe to our channel for more useful content. Thank you very much.